So today we're going to talk about target fixation. I want to tell you about something that causes motorcycle crashes every single day. And the really unsettling thing is most of the riders it happens to had no idea it existed. It's called target fixation, and if more new riders understood this one concept, there would be fewer accidents, full stop. So you're riding along, there's a pothole in your lane, you think, I need to avoid that pothole. You look at the pothole and you ride directly into the pothole. Sounds ridiculous, right? It is, but it happens all the time, and it happens to good riders who know what they're doing. Because it's not a skill problem, it's a brain problem. So in this video we'll deep dive into why your brain does it, and most importantly exactly how to train yourself out of it, because it can be trained out. So what is it? Target fixation is when you become so focused on an object, usually something you're trying to avoid, that your body unconsciously steers you towards it instead of away from it. Now in a car this matters less. Your hands are on a wheel, your feet are on the pedals, the control inputs are fairly isolated. But on a motorbike your entire body is part of the steering system. Where you look, where you lean, where your weight goes, all of it feeds into where the bike goes. So when your eyes lock on that pothole, parked car, that dog running into the road, patch of gravel in the corner, your whole body subtly, automatically follows. You go where you look. It's not a character flaw, it's not inexperience, it's just how human brains are wired. It was actually first studied properly in fighter pilots, literally people whose job requires years of intensive training. But they still struggled with target fixation under pressure. So if you're ever ridden towards something you were trying to avoid, you're in very good company. The difference on a motorbike is that the consequences are harder and faster than almost any other contact. You've got seconds, sometimes less, and that's exactly why understanding this properly is so important. So let me walk you through the three situations where target fixation catches new riders most often, because recognizing the setup helps you catch it before it happens. So, situation 1, the corner that tightens up. You're on a nice country road, you're into a bend and you think you've got it, then the corner tightens up more than you expected. Your brain panics, you look at the edge barrier, you look at the thing that you most definitely do not want to hit, and you start drifting towards it. This is classic target fixation, and the solution is counterintuitive, which is why it catches people out, but we'll cover that in a minute. Situation 2, you've got a hazard in your lane. A pothole, bit of debris, a wet drain cover. You see it, you think, don't hit that, don't ride into it. You focus hard on not hitting it and somehow you hit it. Sound familiar? That's target fixation on a small scale. Same brain, same mechanism. And the third situation, the emergency situation. A car pulls out, a pedestrian steps off the pavement, another vehicle brakes suddenly. Your threat response kicks in, full attention on the thing that panicked you, and instead of processing escape routes and braking, your eyes lock and your bike follows them. This one is the most dangerous because it happens fast and under genuine fear, which makes the brain even more likely to fixate. I'll keep this quick because I know you're here for the fix, not a lecture, but the science is actually really interesting and it helps to know it. Your brain's got an ancient threat response system. When it detects danger, it narrows your focus onto the threat. It's actually brilliant for a lot of survival scenarios. If a predator's coming at you, locking onto it makes sense, but for riding a motorbike, this system is working against you. Because narrowed focus equals tunnel vision equals you stop scanning for escape routes. Your peripheral vision shrinks, the gap to the left of that car, your brain doesn't even register it. Your whole world becomes the thing you're scared of at that moment. And here's the extra cruel bit, the faster the situation develops, the more your threat response kicks in. So emergency situations, which are exactly the moments when you need to be looking at where to go, are the moments when your brain is most aggressively dragging your eyes onto the thing you need to avoid. This is why practicing the solution has to happen at low stakes, when you're not scared, when you're in a car park, when there's time, because by the time you need it for real, it has to be automatic. So the solution, here it is, the antidote. It sounds almost embarrassingly simple, but I promise you it is transformational. Look where you want to go, not at what you want to avoid. That's it, that's the whole thing. When a corner tightens, don't look at the edge, look through the corner to where you want to be. When there's a hazard in your lane, don't stare at it, flick your eyes to the space you're going to ride through. When a car pulls out, don't lock onto the car. Instantly look to the gap, the escape route, the space to the side. Where your eyes go, your bike goes, so make your eyes go somewhere good. Now, this feels unnatural. Under pressure, every instinct is screaming at you to look to the threat, look at the threat, which is why you have to practice it when there's no pressure. And here's a drill you can do right now for free in a car park. So get a couple of cones or mark out a couple of pebbles in the car park and a couple of water bottles. Ride towards them. As you get close, force your eyes to look at the gap between them, not the cones themselves. You'll find the bike threads through much more easily. Do it 20 times. Do it until looking at the gap is the automatic response. Then make it harder, make the gap smaller, go slightly faster, approach from different angles. What you're doing is essentially rewiring a reflex, and the more you do it, the more robust that rewire becomes. So let's come back to the corner that tightens scenario, because it's really common and it comes with one extra tool. When a corner tightens up and you panic, three things usually happen. You look at the hazard, you grab your brakes, and you try and sit up, all of which make the situation worse because they push you wider into the corner. So here's what you actually need to do in order. Number one, eyes through the corner. Find the exit, look at it and commit to it. Number two, relax. I know when you're panicking or scared, relax sounds like the most useless advice ever given. But even 10% less tension in your arms give the bike 10% more ability to do what it's designed to do. A tense rider on a lean bike is fighting the physics. A relaxed rider lets the bike work. Number three, if you need more lean, push on the inside handlebar. You might have heard that before, it's called counter steering. Pushing left to lean left, pushing right to lean right. Combined with looking through the corner, bikes can handle significantly more lean than new riders believe. Modern tyres on a dry road will get you through most corners that look frightening. Trust the machine, look where you want to go. So, target fixation, you now know something that a huge chunk of riders, including some very experienced ones, have never thought about properly. And the beautiful thing about knowing it is the fix is free. It doesn't require new gear, faster bike or a track day. It requires 15 minutes in a car park and a conscious decision every single ride to look where you want to go. Put it in your head as a mantra, whatever version sticks for you. Use it, say it to yourself before you set off. Find the gap, look for the gap. Make it a habit before it becomes an emergency. So if this was useful, a like genuinely helps new riders find this channel. The algorithm loves them. And if you know someone who's just started riding, share this one. It could genuinely make a difference. These videos are all based around the book on Amazon. Learn to Ride a Motorbike, Real Answers for New Riders. It's only a few quid, so give it a look. It's filled with hundreds of tips for new riders and it may just save your life. So stay safe out there and look where you're going. I'll see you in the next one.